everybody, I'm Joshua Finkel. I'm the director of A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. It's going to be playing the Hillcrest Center for the Arts in Thousand Oaks, California from June 1st to the 16th and is being produced by Panic Productions. And I'm having the time of my life. I mean, not only is the show Forum a hysterical musical farce that takes place in ancient Rome, ideally, it concerns an acting company that you meet in the first number that performs shows in rep, meaning they do one show one night, another show the next night. Tragedy tomorrow, but a comedy tonight. And you meet them, and as soon as the opening number finishes, it segues into the main show, and you basically immerse yourselves into the characters. I asked myself in this production, I wonder what would happen if there was a situation more like the play Noises Off by Michael Frayn, where the play concerns a group of actors putting on a farce, and it really always includes that relationship among the company. You watch not only the characters doing the farce, but also the actors themselves interrelating and the struggles they have with their own relationships and the show itself to make that work. And I thought, what would happen if you did Forum with that kind of overlay to the existing classic work? So the acting troupe I created is called Traveling the Broadway Classical Tench Troupe. And they're kind of like a B-team, low-rent, ramshackle group of classical actors that have a very grueling rep schedule where daily they all pitch a theater tent that they perform inside of, do one of their classic plays that's kind of warped and twisted, melding modern themes with classical works, things like Dr. Soust, yes, instead of Dr. Faustus, The Cherry Torture instead of The Cherry Orchard, School for Sandals instead of School for Scandal. And they feel that by expressing it through this modern context and putting those stories against a different hybrid modern theme, that the classical playwright's message would become more accessible to the modern audiences of the mid-60s, in keeping with the kind of avant-garde living theater sort of movement, Grotowski, things like that at that time. Sadly for the theater company, for our troupe, that they think it's much cooler than the audience or the critics do. And I had an amazing time putting together a fake promotional shoot, making theater posters of their past seasons that you will see when you come into the lobby and enjoy the production photos of these shows that I just mentioned. It's just been a ball to continue to map out how this theater company exists in this time period and in this intense situation of having to do this show where everything not only goes wrong in the show, but an extra level of it going wrong because they are not ready for it because of the daylight savings time change. What would happen if we set this on the day that the Daylight Savings Time Law, which back in 1966 was called the Uniform Time Act, and it's actually set on April 24th, 1966 at the Sunday matinee. And that's because that would be the first day that America had to know and remember to set their clocks forward. So some people knew that and remembered, other people didn't. Also at that time, there were no cell phones. In a tent, there's no, public phones. There's no phones in the nearby parking lot. So if actors were there that they thought was 1 o'clock and they had an hour to get the show ready, but the audience, they find out, is there in their seats because, remember, they've set the clocks ahead and it's now really 2 o'clock. What do we do if not everybody's here and we have to go on right now? And there are people that are in the show by happenstance that have either never done the show before, are part of the running crew that are normally calling the show, but now they're performing in the show. And all of that wonderful, delicious, extra level of subtext is present in this production. Come laugh with us and have an even funnier thing happen on the way to this forum at the Hillcrest Center for the Arts, June 1st to the 16th. Produced by Panic Productions, and I'm Joshua Finkel. and I can't wait to share it with you.